These reports are that he has 2 fractured orbitals and a broken nose. Just that alone, just the orbitals alone, like anytime you've got eye injuries, like anything severe with your eyes, long-term consequences. Oh my God. I mean,
that looks like a long cocaine binge right there. It took out the whole fucking left side of his nose.
That looks like you got hit with a sledgehammer. I mean,
that's crazy.
That nose is crazy.
That is crazy.
The 3 doctors and the ref, Ilia really wanted to continue, and then I actually think he probably won that round too.
Yeah,
that he went into
round
and
4.
Then his corner, I think, stopped the fight, and props to them.
Dana White has broken his silence, addressing what happened to Ilia Topuria inside the cage, including concerns about his health and injury. He also gave insight into what's next for new champion Justin Gaethje. Joe Rogan discussed the incident as well, highlighting the eye injury and potential long-term risks. Aleksandre Topuria also broke his silence, reacting emotionally and expressing concern for his brother's health, while showing pride and support during this difficult moment.
I would never say anything. Listen, if you're thinking about retiring and that's what you want to do, you know, it's probably what you should do. But on the flip side, you just beat an undefeated badass, decisively finished him. And I don't know, it's just something that he needs to work out with, himself and his own mind and with his family, obviously.
Yeah, if it is the way he goes out, it's an untoppable moment. What do you think? Should Michael hang it up? Should Chandler hang it up? Or do you think he can still be competitive in there?
I don't know. Listen, the guy that Michael fought is just so good. Jeez. And that's the thing about Chandler. I mean, even going into this thing, Chandler's like, look at the guys that I fought. I mean, I fought all the baddest dudes in the division. And the lightweight division is nasty. The lightweight division is like the old light heavyweight division in the UFC.
Right. Absolutely.
When Dana White speaks after a fight like this, it's never just commentary. It's an assessment filled with concern. He's not talking about belts, rankings, or rematches anymore, but a fighter who has shifted into survival mode. Ilia Topuria didn't just get hit once. He was broken down by consistent, accumulating damage over rounds. And when Dana says, go home, rest, recover, don't even think about fighting, it stops being promotion and becomes reality. This wasn't a normal loss. It was a complete system shutdown inside a violent sport. After the brutal aftermath of the fight, Aleksandre Topuria shared an emotional message for his brother Ilia, expressing pride in every moment of his journey and gratitude to God through both victory and painful lessons inside the cage.
And a broken nose. Just that alone, just the orbitals alone, like anytime you've got eye injuries, like anything severe with your eyes, long-term consequences vary.
It's psychological.
Absolutely.
And your body heals.
And physical.
The body is resilient.
Like, I'm telling you,
broken bones make stronger bones. Like that is his orbital bones will be stronger.
It depends on where, though, Justin. The orbital bone, I had my orbital broken, and for 6 months I would do this and my tooth would move, and it's right where my sinus cavity is. You remember when you hit me with the spinning elbow?
Your tooth would move,
dude.
When you push
right
on
here,
your cheek,
and my tooth would move.
You ever seen the X-ray of Merab's nose?
No.
Dude, did I send it to you?
It looks like a spine because it's been broken.
Dude,
he's got 33 vertebrae.
No,
on
actually,
his nose.
I mean,
it's literally fucking crazy.
I've had 3 broken noses. I've had it fixed twice.
Yeah, I know you had it fixed.
Sucks.
This is one.
Orbital
there
suck.
it is.
Orbital
That's
suck.
Merab's nose.
Oh my God.
Oh
Holy
my
smokes.
God. I mean,
that looks like a long cocaine binge right there. It took out the whole fucking left side of his nose.
That looks like you got hit with a sledgehammer. I mean,
that's crazy.
That nose is crazy.
That is crazy.
That is like...
Eye injuries in MMA are not just injuries. They are career question marks. Because when vision is compromised, everything changes, distance disappears, timing breaks, and confidence collapses. And what makes this worse is that even elite fighters admit it. Broken bones don't always heal back the same, but sometimes they come back stronger. This is the reality of elite heavyweight level striking in a lighter division. We are not talking about bruises anymore. We are talking about structural damage, a broken nose, a compromised orbital, and a fighter who may need months just to exist normally again. Because even if the body heals, the question is, does the mind return the same way?
Yeah, Ilia's in the hospital. He's busted up. You know, I'm not a doctor, but his eye looked like he probably has a broken orbital. I don't know that. That's not a fact, but I'm just assuming. And my plans for him are to go home and rest and recover and take his time. And you know, tonight was a rough night for him. I just want to make sure he's healthy and good, and not even thinking about him fighting again. Just want him to go home and relax and rest.
Ilia Topuria is now hospitalized after the fight, and Dana White remains cautious, suggesting a possible frac but no confirmation. In MMA, uncertainty like this is dangerous. Once vision is affected, everything breaks. Distance, timing, and defense. Eye injuries are serious because they don't just stop fights, they can permanently change a fighter's performance, confidence, and future career inside the octagon.
Like Ilia's body, you know, deal with his weight and don't get injured. I cannot give him advantage. If I give him advantage, yeah, it's gonna be easy work for him. So no, I want to put him pressure, you know, give him hard work. You know, Morten stay with him physically, which I was, but I cannot tell you which was the most competitive part, because with him everything is competitive. You know, I cannot choose like striking, wrestling, grappling, because everywhere it's like it's crazy.
I think one of the coolest videos was the video that went viral was you showing Ilia the way that he was going to finish Max Holloway. Do you have any sort of like breakdown or things that you saw with Justin Gaethje as well? Obviously, you can't give too much away, but over time, is there going to be another video if the knockout happens this weekend where you're showing Ilia exactly how to do it?
I have to say that I don't know how it works with another brothers, but like I say, me and him, we are not just brothers, we are good friends. So it's very important to have, because sometimes for somebody, brother is something, you know, family, and just, okay, when we sit on the table in the family, we speak about it. No, we are not that type of brothers. We are brothers, but at the same time, we are best friends. And
what makes this situation even heavier is the relationship behind the fighter. This is not just a coach, not just a brother. This is someone who trained with him, lived every repetition, every spar, every mistake, and every evolution. And he makes one thing clear: everything with Ilia is competitive, even training, even learning, even survival. But more importantly, they are not just brothers, they are friends. And sometimes that bond hurts more than any punch ever could, because watching greatness break is a different kind of pain.
This whole sequence started after the third round. Topuria got absolutely peppered, multiple shots to the right eye, and we could hear the translation while Topuria was on his stool, with his team calling for the doctor, saying that he could not see out of his right eye. If you can't see out of your eye, it's pretty simple. The doctor's gonna come in, they're going to evaluate you, and if you're telling them that they can't see, they are going to, and they should appropriately, stop the fight. We see the ringside physician come in, he does a quick part of his assessment, which we'll talk about here in a little bit, and then afterwards he basically looks over to Marc Goddard and shakes his head and says no. Based on that doctor's initial assessment, Topuria cannot see. He is not safe to continue, and the doctor tells Marc Goddard, no, he can't see. Fight should be off. Looks like this other gentleman who then steps in is one of the other ringside physicians that was there. Maybe this individual speaks Topuria's language.
This is where the fight almost ended, not because of a knockout, but because of vision loss. The referee's role becomes the doctor steps in, and for a moment, the entire arena freezes. Because when a fighter says, "I can't see," there is no debate, there is only safety. But this fight didn't stop, and that decision will be discussed for a long time.
But the guy is just, he has zero quit in him. It doesn't exist. Like, if you're looking for quit, you go into a room, it's empty. The quit room has no one in it. There's nothing in there. He's not going to quit. He can lose because he's a human, but he's not going to quit. And he's also been into the deep trenches before. The deep trenches of these 5-round, chaotic, insane battles. And oddly, he thrives in those kind of battles. He's a guy. He's described as the most violent man in the most violent sport.
Joe Rogan breaks down something that can't be trained or replicated. Justin Gaethje simply does not break, not under pressure, chaos, or damage. In fact, he becomes more dangerous as the fight gets violent. That's what made this matchup so dangerous for Ilia Topuria. Because Gaethje doesn't just break opponents, he breaks rhythm, timing, and confidence. And once that happens, even elite fighters stop attacking and start reacting.
You know, but I saw the
adjudicator.
The in the cage doctor said he was doing this, like the fight's over.
Yeah.
And then I saw Topuria going, no.
Yeah.
And then he went to get some water. They yanked the water out of his hand.
Well, because the time's over. Yeah. You know what I mean? You can't allow the fight to continue, but then have some more time to have water and all the rest of it. Say, yeah, okay, you want to fight? We're going to let you fight, but you're fighting now. You're not getting a little massage and some advice from your corner. Yeah. The fight's on. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Okay. So I thought they yanked the water because it was his way of also saying, okay, the fight's over. I didn't know that meant go fight.
No, it's like, yeah.
I mean, when he sits down in the corner and says he can't see, so from the optics from TV, right? So he sits in the corner, tells his cornerman he can't see, and then he's got the doctor doing the eye test and the doctor saying no. It's like, oh, this fight's fucking over, right? Like it's done.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
This was the moment everything turned chaotic inside the cage. As the doctor steps in and signals concern over Ilia Topuria's condition, the fight nearly gets stopped due to serious vision issues. But Ilia refuses to quit. Despite being hurt and disoriented, he insists he can still see in everything. As the fight carries on into the moments of the entire matchup. And one of the most carries on into deeper damage, controversy, and one of the most debated moments of the entire matchup.
TJ, I want to kick this off the break. Gaethje, he has that uppercut. He shows it from the hip, but he always finishes it in different ways. Walk me through what you saw while he was able to put so much damage on Ilia.
I mean, Trevor Whitman did a great job of explaining this in some techniques that he's done, is like how he's shifting his weight back and away and loading his hips so he can bring power, but also faking an uppercut, right? Reason why this works is because he's got like 4 different finishes for the same motion. He's doing this for a shot. He's faking shots. He's coming with an uppercut. He's faking the uppercut, coming with the right hand. Because what do you do when someone shoots on you? You're gonna sprawl. Bam, you're gonna hit with an uppercut. What do you do when you see an uppercut coming? You stand tall and get away. What do you open for? A right hand. So setting up traps by doing one move and then using it to the next, right? So if I'm shooting shots on you and you start sprawling, now I shoot a shot, boom, hit an uppercut. You see that uppercut coming, you come to stand tall, boom, I push my weight through it. And all of his weight is coming off that back foot, so his uppercut, he can go right hand into it, right? And that's why that right hand did so much damage. It's because he shifted his weight so well off the back front into the front foot.
This is where the fight was actually decided, not by power, but by deception. Justin Gaethje's uppercut system is not random aggression. It is layered trap fighting. A single motion leads to multiple possible outcomes: shot fake, uppercut trigger, reaction punishment, and then escalation. The key detail here is psychological pressure. Because once Ilia started reacting to the fake entries, he could no longer trust his timing. And in elite striking, once you lose timing, you lose control of the fight.
But he goes in there, he says, "Are you good?" I said, "No, I'm not good. He just poked me in the fucking eye." And he says, "Okay, but are you good?" And so then it's like, "Can I still fight?" So then I said, "Yeah, I'm good." And he says, "Okay, go."
What referee was this?
The guy with the braids that he puts in his thing.
Mike Beltran.
Yeah, Mike Beltran. Yeah. And so I was very upset that he let Michael Chandler land that shot. And I know why. He was so scared of the fucking heat we were throwing that he didn't want to jump in there and get in the middle of it. But his job is to protect me. And he failed. He failed so bad right there. And so like after the fact, I was like, I need you to acknowledge this so that you do not ever let that happen to another athlete in there, because you fucked up so bad. And you know, he's trying to justify it. And it's like, what the fuck are you doing? How can you justify this? Mm-hmm. And so that, for me, that pisses me off. And then the decision not to give me my time, like, I need an explanation. Yeah. You know, and because I need to know that you are going to learn from this experience. And for right now, I still believe that he doesn't think he did anything wrong.
This isn't frustration from a beginner. It's Justin Gaethje explaining a deeper problem inside the fight. An eye poke can change everything instantly. It takes away vision, breaks time, and forces a fighter into a split-second decision under extreme pressure: continue or stop. What makes this moment more controversial is the confusion around communication in the cage. The fighter is compromised, the referee is reacting fast, and in that chaos, it's unclear who is truly controlling fighter safety. For Gaethje, this wasn't just damage from an opponent. It was chaos inside the system itself, exposing how fragile control can be in high-level MMA moments.
Justin Gaethje versus Ilia Topuria, I don't know shit about fighting. I said every single prediction. Later in the week, I'm like, damn.
20%. You gave him 20%.
Yeah, no. There was a little bit, but in my mind, I'm like, dude, Ilia is so fucking confident and so sharp and so skilled, and Gaethje's too wild. Ilia's gonna knock him out. I was like set. My mind was so set on that. He just fucking broke Ilia's face. He broke his mental, and that was like, that's Ilia's at the hospital 100%. Probably for the next little while. That was one of the most crazy, inspiring performances I've ever seen.
Did it show on the broadcast Ilia like fainting when they were leaving or not?
Yeah, he was like resting on his brother's arms on the way out, like nearly collapsing into him quite badly. Dude, he's got a broken orbital, broken cheekbone.
Is that confirmed?
I'm confirming it. I don't even know.
You're a doctor.
Just based on the fights I've seen and the results that we've had back.
And your medical degree.
Yes, I'm actually Dr. Guru here.
This is where perception shifts completely, because now this is no longer just about a fight. This is about what the fight did to Ilia Topuria. And according to reactions from analysts and commentators, the damage wasn't just physical. It was psychological, because when a fighter like Ilia, known for confidence, sharpness, and control, starts breaking under pressure, it changes the entire narrative. And what stands out most here is the idea that this wasn't just a loss. It was a moment that may have temporarily broken momentum and possibly confidence itself. He didn't just get hit, he got overwhelmed. And in MMA, that is often more dangerous than any single strike.
Like, anybody can lose in an MMA fight. People get hit. Like in Ilia Topuria, one of his early fights, Herbert caught him with a head kick in the first round. Dustin is always just trying to... This is a dangerous guy. He's a dangerous guy for anybody. He's always moving forward, trying to smash you. He leg kicks you from inside the clinch. People forgetting, Gaethje's a warhammer, dude. That guy loves battles. It's not like this tactical, take a chance here, take a chance there. No, everything's take a chance. It's like from the very beginning of the fight. The way he fought, you're like, good Lord.
Yeah, he fights savage.
Like a pit bull. Like a
play between us all the time was who hit harder someone, or who hit harder a back, or this punching, you know. And we go to the mall and we was like hitting who hit harder, even when before we know how to box. All the time before we learned the boxing, we was like, the fight was like a street fight, you know, hands like crazy, but all the time like head down and, you know, exchanging the hands, and the hands you feel always was even big guys, you know, like heavyweight guys, they say like, you guys are little, but you punch very hard. But when you have that power and you bring that technique, you know, it's not just power what they have. Sometimes people the mistake of the people is that it's just a power, it's blessing and stuff like that. It's not just about the power, and yeah, for sure he have this power, the genetic for sure, but also it's a timing.
Yeah.
You know, the most thing he...
This moment takes us deeper into where Ilia's power actually comes from. Not just training camps, not just technique, but childhood repetition, street-level intensity, and constant testing of power and timing long before professional boxing ever entered the picture. What Aleksandre describes here is important. This is not just raw strength. This is timing developed through repetition, competition, and instinct. And in elite MMA, that combination becomes dangerous because power alone is predictable, but power with timing is unpredictable. And that is what makes Ilia Topuria such a dangerous striker in any exchange. This is Ilia Topuria getting crucial fight intelligence from his brother before stepping into one of the toughest challenges of his career. Aleksandre breaks down Justin Gaethje's entire striking behavior, how he reads stance, how he reacts to movement, and how he sets traps in chaotic exchanges. The key warning is simple. Gaethje is most dangerous when you try to engage him blindly. Every step forward can trigger a counter. Every hesitation can create an opening for him. But at the same time, he is vulnerable in transitions. This is not just advice, it is survival strategy before war.
What would you say to him? Because you've been there before where it felt like everyone
Well,
piled
I've not
on.
been there. We only bled my blood once inside the octagon. I've only bled my own blood once. So I've not been in that situation. He's got banged up bad over the course, which caused him to quit. It's going to be a dark place that he's in right now. He's going to have to dig deep. Can he do it? I think he could. I think he could do it. You know, there'll be motivation to do it. And I wish him well.
Like, this wasn't Armin who did this to him with ground and pound or Islam. It was like the speed bump en route to 2 mega fights. Like, did anyone...
No, but I think this is the best case scenario for him.
Oof.
Best case scenario.
Explain.
This is
For Ilia.
Ilia Topuria.
Best case?
Best case. This is.
You don't think defending would have been the best
Nate Diaz
case?
fight? No, this is the Nate Diaz fight. This is Conor McGregor's Nate Diaz fight. This is the one where everybody thinks you're invincible. You think you're invincible, and you get brought back down to reality, and you have to figure it out.
This is where MMA stops being just a sport and becomes psychological warfare. When damage builds over rounds, it doesn't just break the body. It breaks decision-making, creates hesitation, and slowly builds doubt until a fighter shifts from offense into pure survival mode. That's exactly the environment Justin Gaethje thrives in. Not structured fights, but chaotic, broken rhythm wars. Dana White then puts the moment into perspective, comparing it to classic MMA turning points where undefeated fighters are forced into reality checks. Every perfect record eventually meets a moment like this, where expectation collapses under pressure. And once a fighter goes through it, they never come back exactly the same. It raises questions about durability, strategy, and whether their style still belongs at the elite level.
Do you think Ilia's going to try for a rematch?
No, he doesn't get a rematch. He can try, but he doesn't get one.
Wow.
He quit on the stool. He quit twice. I stopped him twice. What else do I have to do? His next challenge can't be me. He needs to fight Patty or someone like that.
Right?
So nasty.
Yeah, it's nasty. Ugh. Listen, Justin, I'm so glad you're not going to fight to the end of the year, like for whenever. Just enjoy that, because that was a fucking masterpiece.
Yes, sir.
It was beautiful to be there. I mean, I felt so
American.
Hey.
So
I
cool.
felt so
It's so hard to represent this country because we're such a melting pot.
Yes.
And I think I have done it. I think I achieved that. And so I'm very, very proud of that.
Dude, you did it in spades. You did it 5 stars. It was fucking phenomenal. It was one of the greatest events that any sporting event has ever put on. I mean, maybe the greatest sporting event in the history of the world.
I said it before. This is going to be like some Miracle on Ice shit.
It was, man.
I know.
It really was.
I knew I had the opportunity to do something
You
special.
did it, and then here, come down.
Yeah, I wanted to see my family.
It was incredible. That was so cool.
So awesome.
Look how cool that is.
Yeah, so cool.
Look how cool that is. That is so amazing. That's so fucking amazing.
And finally, we arrive at the final reflection. Joe Rogan does not describe this as just a win. He calls it a masterpiece because sometimes in combat sports, the result is not the story, the performance is. Justin Gaethje didn't just win a fight. He delivered a statement performance that redefined expectations. And Ilia Topuria didn't just lose. He experienced a level of damage that forces a complete reset in perspective. And that is why this fight will be remembered. Not just as a contest, but as a turning point in the lightweight division. In the end, this was never just about Ilia Topuria or Justin Gaethje. It was about what happens when confidence meets chaos, and chaos refuses to slow down. And in that environment, only one thing is guaranteed: something will break.